Welcome back to The Imperfect Gardener. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the content that I'm putting out today. I wanted to talk to y'all about what I use, what kind of containers, one of the type of containers I use for growing my hydroponic food. Today we're going to talk about the two methods I've used in the past for growing hydroponics in plastic-like Rubbermaid or sterile-like containers that are food safe. So the first thing is I bought a set of 10 sterile-like containers from Walmart here in the Washington area, like Lakewood, Seattle, Washington area, very high, expensive place to live, for like $11. So that equaled about, 10 for about a little more than $1 or $1 a container. And I took these clear containers that came with lids and made them to what I wanted to be because I thought that was a good deal. And these can be used over and over and over again. So the in-front investment is what I considered, but I also remember I'm gonna be using these over time. That's my intention. So $11 for 10 containers in this area, I thought was a good deal. In addition to what I had to do to them to make them useful for hydroponics, because you can't use clear containers in hydroponics because of algae growth, right? And because I'm the imperfect gardener, I'm not doing a whole bunch of other considerations. So with that being said, one of the first methodologies I used was to paint the container with chalk paint, right? Chalkboard paint. I ran into some problems with this because a lot of the paint would peel off, and I wasn't really happy with that. I still have some that are this way, but chalkboard paint is a great option if you want to have maintenance. Another one that I've used is spray paint. I have some that I have spray painted with, and it works relatively well, but I run into the same problem with the peeling of the paint. The method that I like right now is I have purchased from Amazon for a little more than $20 is a 12-inch by 30-foot matte black permanent adhesive vinyl roll where I can use to coat these containers with like vinyl paper. And as a result, it blocks the light. As you can see, it's not a perfect situation, but what it doesn't do is it doesn't peel off, it doesn't degrade over time. I'm sure if it did, I can just replace it with more paper. This roll was like $20. I bought a couple of rolls because again, this is a long-term investment for something I plan on doing over a period of time for the future. Additionally, the lids that these came with, there were a couple different color options. We have the blue and the gray, not really relevant, but for these gray lids, I used the 3-inch net pots to put in them, because at first I thought I was going to use these more, and I used a 3-inch drill bit to my my electric drill to drill these holes here. So these are meant for this, and I can show you here how that looks on this one. So these are the 3-inch. Use the 3-inch drill to drill the hole into it, the drill bit to drill the hole into these so these pots can fit. I add hydroton into these along with as a medium, along with the plant to grow in hydroponic liquid nutrient so that it will grow to the full place like I've showed in my other videos. The other option is this 1.5-inch drill bit that I used here to drill into this lid. The thing about this is I bought these 1.5-inch net pots thinking that they would fit or be the same size as the I do that I have, and they're not. They're bigger than the I do. So if you have an I do, you probably will either need to find the size of whatever that is or use these and transfer, and you might use a little bit of hydroton to fit in here because these are not the same size as the I do. They're slightly bigger. They don't need as much hydroton, but I use the 1.5-inch drill bit here to drill the holes into the lid. And so I'll show you again in the vinyl coated container what that looks like. So this goes in here and this goes in here. I've started plants in here with the same way I do with the plastic lid over them. And like I said, this fits perfectly. A little bit of less hydroton in here than you would need in these net pots. But ultimately, the goal and the objective is the same. What you get is the same. So it's up to you whether you want to use the bigger net pots or the smaller one. And I think the smaller one would be better for this type of container. I only made that decision after doing this and understanding the size as related to the plant, like for green lettuces, smaller lettuces, right? Not for like collard greens or anything like that. They're gonna need something bigger than this. But for your average lettuces and everything, this works great as a hydroponic medium to grow lettuces and smaller plants. So again, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And thank you again for joining the Imperfect Gardener.